What's the most desperate thing your ex-wife did to win you back after the divorce? When Veronica and I split, I thought I'd finally escaped her manipulative games. We'd been married 8 years. 8 years of her controlling every aspect of my life, from my clothes to my friends to my career choices. The divorce was brutal. She fought for half my construction business, claimed I was hiding assets, and convinced her lawyer I was emotionally abusive. I moved into a studio apartment across town and started rebuilding. For 3 months, silence. Then the letters started arriving. At first, they seemed normal. Apologies for how things ended, promises she'd changed. I threw them away unopened after the first few. Then she started showing up at my job sites, always with some excuse. Her car had broken down nearby. She was in the neighborhood visiting a friend. My crew started making jokes about my stalker ex. Just ignore her, my foreman advised. She'll get bored. She didn't get bored. She escalated. One morning, I found her sitting in my apartment hallway, mascara streaked down her cheeks, holding a pregnancy test. "It's yours," she whispered, "from before we separated." My heart stopped. We'd been separated for 6 months. The timeline was impossible, but she had an answer for everything. She'd been too scared to tell me. The stress had delayed symptoms. She needed me now, more than ever. I almost believed her, almost moved back home. Then I remembered the vasectomy I'd gotten 2 years earlier, something she'd conveniently forgotten. When I confronted her with medical records, she broke down completely. "I bought the test from a pregnant woman at the clinic," she sobbed. "I was desperate. I love you." I changed my locks that night. The next phase was worse. She started befriending my clients, showing up at their homes with stories about how I'd abandoned her when she needed me most. 3 contracts were canceled before I figured out what was happening. Then she targeted my family. She called my mother crying, claiming I'd hidden a gambling addiction during our marriage. She told my sister I was drinking heavily and needed intervention. When I confronted her, she smiled coldly. "If you won't come back willingly, I'll destroy everything you've built." That's when I hired a private investigator. What we discovered stunned me. She'd been planning this campaign for months. She had files on my clients, my family, my employees, photos of my apartment building, my daily routines, even my new girlfriend Bryn. I'd been seeing her for only 3 weeks. The breaking point came on Christmas Eve. I was having dinner with Bryn when Veronica burst through the restaurant doors, screaming that I'd stolen her husband and destroyed her family. She threw herself at Bryn, clawing at her face while sobbing about her miscarriage, the pregnancy that never existed. Security dragged her out while she screamed threats about ruining my reputation permanently. I filed for a restraining order the next day. At the hearing, she showed up in the dress she'd worn to our wedding, makeup perfect, claiming everything was a misunderstanding caused by grief over losing our baby. The judge reviewed the evidence. The fake pregnancy test, the harassment of my clients, the documented stalking. He granted a 5-year order and mandated psychiatric evaluation. 2 years later, my business has recovered completely. Bryn and I are engaged. Last month, Veronica's friend contacted me through social media. She wanted me to know Veronica had been institutionalized after attempting to kidnap someone else's baby from a hospital nursery. Convinced it was the child we'd lost, she's still telling everyone I'm the father.